yeah. So when it comes to living in a relationship, in this, I feel like the world's getting more busy. We're trying to fit more things in. We have our health to take care of, and we're all expected to be like, fitness
Mm,
athlete style with our health. It's like we're all expected to have great relationships with our family and have a big friends group. There's so many, and thrive in our careers. And there's just a lot more
mm, mm,
demands that we all have. And I know for me, I definitely struggled to get the balance right between living my own life
mm,
as an individual, and then living fully in the relationship, and then having my partner also live her full life. And just could you talk to any tips that you have around how to balance, what that balance can look like in terms of having the courage to kind of, because for me, I was nervous sometimes that I was going to upset my partner if I went and took myself away for a weekend, for example. You talk
mm.
about like how that can be healthily established, getting like keeping yourself, being yourself, keeping your own independence and your own personality alive in a relationship.
Mm. Well, I think that it's very important that each person has their own a strong sense of identity and strong sense of purpose before they get into a relationship.
Mm,
Um, and then that is nurtured. And I believe that if you do have a strong sense of purpose and a strong sense of identity, it also help you choose a better partner who will nurture that within you, who won't try to take it from you, or again, they'll cling to your identity because they haven't found their own. So I think, wanting to build a healthy relationship starts obviously with yourself. It starts with
mm,
going, okay, what is it that I want in life? What's my sense of contribution? What is it that I'm doing? Who am I outside of love? Who am I outside
mm.
of attachment? And then when you align with someone, again, setting the pace in the beginning of the relationship. And what I mean by setting the pace, I mean, I only see each other once a week for the first 4 weeks. I only see each
Mm,
other maybe 2 times a week for the next 4 weeks. Um, no going over to each other's house, no going into that familiar relationship territory before you get to know them. Try hold back on the first kiss for at least the first 2 to 3 weeks if you can. Delaying things, delaying
wow.
rush, delaying the sexual chemistry in a way that then confuses your character assessment of the person that you're with. Okay.
Yeah, wow. That's
Um,
really powerful because I don't think many people would do that.
no, no. And it's difficult to do, especially when you really like someone. And then of course, like the more that you can't have it, the more that you want it, and that's why, like, if you've got your own thing going on, and you're still doing that whilst you're still getting to know someone, it automatically helps to create that balance. It's
Mm,
not about prevention. Sorry, it's not about, adaptation. It's about prevention. We shouldn't always be just doing damage control. If we know how to prevent certain things from happening right from the start, then we're not finding that we constantly have to adapt. The
mm,
only thing that you should really be adapting to in a relationship is when things happen out of your control, right?
mm.
Circumstances, maybe family death, a job loss, things that, will maybe be triggered as well, because as you get to know that person, maybe PTSD will come up because of an event, again, triggers it, this and that. That should be the
Yeah.
adaptation part. You shouldn't be going into a relationship and going, oh, but who am I now that I'm in a relationship? That ideally is stuff that you should be able to figure out beforehand if you want to set yourself up for a healthy relationship. I understand that there's people who get into a relationship without having love education first, and then they do have to adapt. But I think setting the pace, again, helps you still keep you in amongst building a we. I think that having social circles, the girls she has her friends, you have your friends, you have friends that you create together, and you still nurture those different areas of your life. I
Mm,
think, again, use conflict as a signal that something's thrown off balance. Um, for example, if you're fighting because of just like the littlest things, maybe that's an indication that you need to have a bit of space apart. What happened was during quarantining, obviously a lot of couples were put together, and that relationship either completely fell apart or it got stronger
yeah.
because people were forced into an unnatural situation, which was, okay, spend 24/7 with each other every day, all day in a tiny room. Don't go see your friends. Don't go to your different work environments. Just be with each other. We're not designed to do that, you know.
Mm,
Um, And so you need to, if you're finding that you're in a situation, for example, if you have a husband and wife who work together, who own their own business, right? So you're in the same environment altogether. Find times where you can go in even to separate rooms. So you've got at least some physical space to start the mental space that you might need to process some things to feel that you can get your own balance or just recenter back to yourself.
Yeah, that's beautiful advice. And the proactivity there around for the first, and it's very clear as well. So for the dudes watching, they're going to be like, yeah, I can follow that. One, catch up a week for the first 4 weeks, two for the next 4 weeks, and then just kind of going from there. And also not escalating things too rapidly. And this is if you're looking for your, your divine life partner, right? Some people might want to go out there and have more casual relationships, and it would probably apply a little bit differently there.
Yeah, it depends. Like everyone's different and what they want. I think for me, there's no such thing as casual sex. I believe attachments are formed every time that you have sex with someone. Yes, but I understand that people, as long as you're communicating your expectation of that casual relationship to the other person, because you're not the only person in that relationship, even though it's not a committed relationship, then okay. And at least you're being honest and transparent about what it is that you want to someone else.